I'm from Ratchaburi province. My parents, well, my dad was a merchant. We lived with the grocery store, selling rice and stuff. My eldest and second eldest siblings only finished grade 4 because they sacrificed their education so the younger ones could go to school. There are 7 siblings in total. So they made sacrifices. The third child was the first to go to school. Once the third child started studying, the first and second siblings also studied. It just kept going like that. I was someone who liked studying, did pretty well. Back when I was a kid, I was a good student at the top of the class. I felt I had leadership qualities from a young age. That's my personality. Everyone knew it, my parents accepted it too. I passed the entrance exam to the provincial boarding school and studied there until Mathayam 5. So when it came to my life, I wanted to go far away. A cute romantic movie set in Chiang Mai seemed like a nice place. I ended up in Chiang Mai. The money I got each month wasn't much, as seniors before me would just pass it down. 500 baht from this person, 500 from that. It never went over 1,000 or 1,200 baht at most.
When I was studying at MOC, it's not like my parents sent me money either. They didn't really have much, so there wasn't any money. I mean, they didn't send a lot, and back then there were no mobile phones. So it was all through letters. They'd tell me they didn't have any money. I'd send some to them, but back then 1,000 baht or so was actually a lot.
How did we manage to get by? We'd gather there, meet people who were just like us, make friends, and then form a performance group. They called it the Road Caper. Basically, we were showgirls performing at bars on Saturdays, and we'd take on any gigs we could get. Sometimes we'd accept all kinds of jobs. Back then, the pay wasn't great, just a few hundred baht, but that was a lot in those days. Our monthly salary was only about 1,000 or 1,200 baht. As soon as we graduated, we just waited to be spoiled because my dream was to pass the civil service exam and become a civil servant. While waiting to take the exam and apply for government jobs, I applied so much that I felt like a graduate with nothing to do, to the point that people around me, I was just singing Carabao songs. After graduating, I still didn't have a job. I felt really disappointed because I kept thinking, one day I have to get a job. The people who laughed at me already had jobs working as laborers. After that, I heard the Department of Highways was holding an exam, but I didn't go. I just didn't want to take their exam. I didn't even know what the Department of Highways was. All I knew was the district office, and I thought they were crazy. I was determined to take only the BP exam. Denchai, you were born to take the BP exam, that's it. And then there was an announcement that this year, the OCSC would not be opening positions for statisticians. The Department of Highways would be opening them instead. So I hurried back home to apply, and time passed until the exam results were announced. I passed the written exam. 99 people were interviewed. In the end, I got second place. I knew that this position had to be a head of department. Oh my gosh, where should I choose to go? I wanted to go to a big city, so I picked Khon Kaen. At that time, it was the early days when computers were just being introduced there, and in my position, since I was someone who knew about computers, I was sent to study at the IT center. As soon as I got into computers, I was really lucky. I got the chance to become a lecturer, a teacher. I was really fortunate. Denchai got to be the one teaching computers along with the district director. Back then, there were also district engineers like in Khon Kaen, Udon, and Nong Khai. For example, Anyapong here, who later became the Director General. At that time, we were really lucky. It was something to be proud of for a C3 level officer. I got to teach in the district engineering office, which was around 47 or 48. Yeah, 47 back then. While teaching them, I also attended computer training and took an exam. Active in activities, I was sent as a representative to the central office, representing in the department's volleyball competition. The computer section opened up and let me work there. Working at the Department of Highways, even at level 46, was the highest point in my life. It was truly the highest point. Even at level 45, I was happy. After starting work, I had to take the civil service exam again. I passed on the first try. So I was promoted to a scientific officer, and luckily, that position had a smooth path up to level 47. Plus, I received a position allowance, which was new and different. Then I reached level 47, and finally, when I got promoted to level 48, Director Conkliat Janhiran came in. He became the director, and I was there to help oversee things. He came from the Bangkok district, and a lot of people came to see him, so we all got to know each other. He even thought I was part of the public relations team.
He thought I was in public relations because I'm good at talking, you know, and I get along well with everyone. I'm friendly and always greet people warmly. But when it comes to working together, I tend to be kind-hearted, caring, and just a good person, and also, he's reasonable, rational, and gets along with everyone. I'd rate him excellent. His knowledge and abilities are top-notch. Whenever we are stuck, we ask Dan Chai and he handles it all. If he doesn't know, he'll find out. He's extremely responsible. He's dedicated to work, sometimes pushing so hard I've seen him cry once. That was during the DOC project for the Department of Highways, because it was September and the announcement couldn't be released. When I saw him cry, I felt sorry for him. I understood he truly gave it his all. He sacrificed without conditions. He'd do everything, even late into the night. He's really an okay person.
In my grade, he stayed 2 years. During that time, there was an effort to upgrade the department, so we had to be really careful. The score was over 18. Getting 18 was very tough, so tough it caught the attention of the government, finance department, and everyone. Whenever something happened, this would fail, that would fail, everything failing. The government asked, why doesn't the big department let IT write the upgrade proposal? I still remember Chairman Arun and Daw from Commerce were deputy directors of administration. Hey Den, go write it up right now. Wow, it was like the sky just opened up. It really felt like suddenly the sky opened wide. Such a huge opportunity. So I hurried back, spent 2 weeks building on what I'd already thought of, sat down, and wrote it up to submit. This is something I'm really proud of. What makes me even prouder is that what I wrote, what I thought up, what I created, before Permanent Secretary Supoj became Director General, before he left, he called me in. Den, I want you to take care of the computers. I got goosebumps all over. I was just a young worker, only about 45, 46 years old. I mean, I thought, am I really going anywhere yet? I always thought that to be a director, you had to be old. Back then, being in your 40s still felt young, at least to me. Just 46. I had to pull myself together. Before I bowed down to him, I thought to myself, I have to do my very best.
At first, I was observing and thought, Well, this person seems like someone who could really help the department. She's been working at this center ever since she started, so she must really have a passion for this kind of work. That's why I invited her to meet. After meeting and looking at her, I told her, honestly, in my opinion, you are someone who can take care of this department's work in this area very well. So I told her, okay, I think you're well suited for this kind of work. After that, I spoke with the new Director General who was coming in, and I said, I didn't specify any particular person, but I encouraged him to try to support people from within each organization, to let the people who are truly part of the organization, who are its real core, have the opportunity. They've been working for a long time, and they want to advance in their careers. We should support them so they can grow and set an example for the younger generation. Later on, Director General Vera must have seen this and taken it into consideration. He assigned this responsibility to this person. This person is Kun Denchai.
Luckily, I have a lot of good friends and truly good companions. Whether it's boy, nowadays he's boy at the Department of Highways, but back then he wasn't even the director of the motorway yet. We were still just friends. And then there's Director General Vera. He kind of tests the waters with me like, hey, what do you think? How's Den? What's he like? And I'd say, wow, Den is really talented. Everyone was genuinely happy for him. I got goosebumps just listening to the story, thinking about how everyone played a part in this. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Just that feeling of having good friends, you know? Supporting each other like that. And then, just like that, the director appointment order was issued on October 19th, 2009. The atmosphere seemed good, you know? But the hard part was that I was just a kid who had to take charge. Becoming the director for people who used to be directors themselves in our group, that was tough. I kept doing it day after day. And then one day, one of my seniors, he's passed away now. He was my boss too. In the end, he told me, he said it straight to my face that he accepted me. Felt like hearing the voice of heaven. He came over and hugged me. Den, I truly love you. What I was doing, it really worked, you know? After that, since I really liked writing very much, Jetro evaluated the work of the IT center, and in the end, it met the criteria for a senior executive position. 54 within just 2 years. The Department of Highways really gave me everything. It gave me an identity. They gave me a reputation. It gave me opportunities too. I got great opportunities from the higher-ups. They gave me every chance. They overlooked everything about me. Some people even said, "This guy can't be a director. Aren't you worried about damaging your image?" The higher-ups were good to me. Take Director General and I, for example, before Boonsri, Rak Denchai, and the rest. I honestly don't know what I could do for him. He was kind to me. He looked out for me, cared. He'd say, "You've never even worked with him, so how can you say that? Do you know how talented he is? He's great at solving problems, this and that. He's good at his job."
I could sense this myself, that the abilities, the goodness, and the beauty within Den, even if others couldn't see them, I could. And I've always tried to fight for this. What Den has inside him is exactly what I appreciate, because I'm someone who values people with knowledge, ability, and goodness. As for other personality traits, well, what others say, I don't really take that into account because I see the goodness and abilities in Denver. For example, his knowledge and skills at work, his ability to connect with others, and his knowledge and competence in getting along with people in everyday government life. As for Den himself, lately, as you all probably know, well, everyone who came after me, who followed after me, all supported Den, like Mr. Supit, Mr. Vera, and so on. As for myself, at first, others might not have agreed with me on many of Den's personal matters. But I think that Den's personal issues and his work and abilities are separate things. Supporting Den that I gave to be in a suitable position is justified. And I think that at the beginning, I also gave him a chance in his civil service career. The fact that he has risen to this position is not because of me, but because of himself. The qualities he possesses come from his own conduct in his personal life today, as well as the merit and virtue accumulated from past lives. Therefore, people tend to support those who are outstanding in the present. The fact that he has received a higher position and is now in this role is not a coincidence. It is the result of the merit and virtue he has accumulated.
First, I want to thank all the senior officials, all the kind-hearted superiors, every Director General, and all the Deputy Director Generals I've worked with. Thank you to all my colleagues in every department. Jazz, a very important friend. Foam, right?
At that time, I felt like, the bubble had burst, right? There was no more work coming in, so I started playing badminton. When I went to play, I saw Din and Jay, and I wondered why every time they hit the shuttlecock, they'd scream, hit and scream. Oh, but it was funny. Oh my, I was screaming too, and in my head I was thinking, why does this person express themselves so intensely, so over the top, right? So I started to feel that when I came. Yeah, it probably seemed like it would be fun, right?
But honestly, Dan and I had actually seen each other before. This was around the year 97. This was in 82.
Oh, what university? We met there.
At university, we weren't friends, just saw each other around the department. She definitely graduated from Mosh, right? Yeah, that's right. We got our degrees at the same time. That's life. I was just like, oh, okay.
I was in the central office, Dan in the information department. It's been over 20, maybe 25 years. Back then, a new computer system project was emerging. That's when I first met Dan. He came to help at the central office. We weren't close then. I just knew him as a senior guy from the computer department.
We started playing badminton around 1997. We played daily, gradually becoming close. We continued like that, and it was good. TM joined around 1999.
Yeah, that's how we ended up making shirts together. Back then, she was the director of the motorway, right? And since she was the director, Mrs. Boom took care of us, right? But I couldn't really stand out or speak up. I wasn't very confident. But Din was someone really confident, outspoken, daring to think and act. If she felt something was off, she'd say it right away. I